It's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today we're going to do volume, I'm pretty sure it's 7, could be 8, I don't know. I think it's 7 though, of our Totally Terrific tags and trimmings. And today we're going to work with alcohol inks. I promised that we would do a video on alcohol inks, and this is going to be our first of the trials and errors of that. What I've done is I've taken my Tim Holtz Distressing Tool, and when you use alcohol inks you really need to use felt. So what I did is I just got a piece of cheap felt pad, and then I just cut the little pieces to fit the top of this, so it's very inexpensive. I didn't have to go out and buy a new tool. When you buy these, they're like $5 or $6 for a new one, and since I already had it, why buy a new one? So that's my tip for the day. The first thing you want to do when you're working, oh, I wanted to tell you where I got this. I got this ceramic ornament. I got a couple of them actually for $1 at AC Moore, and I really like them. They're finished, they're cute. I got a Christmas tree. Oops, nope, excuse me. I got a Christmas tree and this really cute ornament. So I thought I'd play with the Christmas tree first, and we'd see how that works out, and then go from there. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with this, but I knew that whatever I did, it would be a big mess, because alcohol inks stain everything that you have in contact with them. So keep that in mind with whatever you're doing with this. The very first thing you need to do, though, before we get started, is we need to spray a little bit of alcohol on our ornament and clean off the surface. That gets off any residual fingerprints, any dust, any dirt, any debris that maybe came from the manufacturer. It also takes off smudges and things that you just don't want on there. And I want to make sure, and that's just regular 70% I think alcohol. It might be 50%, I'm not sure. I think it was 70 though. Got it at the Dollar Tree. You know I did. Anyway, I always recant my alcohol into little things like this, because then I can find them, and I put the big piece of duct tape on it, so I always know which one is my alcohol and how easy it is to get to. So that's my scoop for the day. I think I'm going to keep the cardboard from this on hand, because you never know what kind of mess we're going to make. And I think I want to somehow protect this cord. Okay, I got a little piece of painter's tape, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to encapsulate as much of that gold as I can, so that we can protect it from whatever crazy I have coming its way. I just want to make sure that if I can get it out of the way, I do. There. So now it's out of our way. And the way you do this is you pick the colors you want to use. And I thought what I would try is a really cool aqua and a green clover, and maybe, I think I'm going to change my aqua to stream. And then I think I'm going to put in some butterscotch, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'm going to change that out, butterscotch, and change it out for watermelon. And you're only going to, what you're going to do is you're going to put random drops around on your pad, and I'm leaving my inks out with the caps beside them so I don't mess the caps up. So here's how you do it. You just make random drops around your pad. I got one more on that already. Put that right there. And then we're going to put some of these. They look pretty similar on the, whoo, I squirted some over there already. And then fill in with the red. I might still put that yellow in. It's kind of cool looking right now, though. I was trying to go for the idea of a Christmas tree without a real Christmas tree. I don't think I have enough of the green in here, so I'm going to put a few more dots around. Okay, and then all you need to do is you just start dabbing your design Pretty cool. This is fun. Geez, I'm going to need to do this more often. And they said you just keep going around it and around it till you get the design you want. I'm going to try and get some of my edges while I'm playing here. Oops. Oh, I like it better when you do it a second time. Look how cool it is when you do it a second time. It really gets... Try to get that edge. That's kind of cool. And then see if I can pick it up and see if we can pounce on the edges a little bit. Go around this side. I hope you can see how cool this is, and it is super duper easy. And then I think I'm going to add maybe a little more. It doesn't look like I have a ton of green in here, although I know I put a lot of green on the pad. Whoops. Whoa, that's great. Then I think I'm going to put a couple drops in places. And I might even use I have some of that alcohol, it's a thing that you're supposed to be able to move it around with. So I have my alcohol blending solution, and this is when it's going to really make a mess. And it did. That's kind of cool. I think I'm going to try another pad, some greens, just to dab it here and there. And maybe we'll be able to intersperse a little bit more color in it. Cool. Whoops. Whoa. And then I think we're going to go with a little red. So the colors, again, that I'm going to be using are all in the pinks and oranges. It's going to be raspberry, wild plum, sunset orange, and I just added a little bit of pink sherbet. And I'm hoping that that's just enough of a change up of colors. And I can see already we're going to need to add another color to our mix. But let's get some color down first, and then we'll think about what other color we want to add. I think sailboat blue. Don't know if that'll change things up enough, but we'll give it a shot. I might add in more of that yellow too, because I really like that. It really made things pop. Well, this is too. I love how all you do is you just add one little color, and then all of a sudden the whole thing just comes to life. I think that's the neatest thing. I love how it's so you just don't, it's so unexpected. It's just such a surprise when you do this. And I've never really played with my alcohol inks before, but look how vibrant this is. I really never, as I said, have played with alcohol inks before, and I wanted to, but I was intimidated. You know, when you haven't tried something and you just aren't sure, but you really just want to jump in and try it out. And so that's kind of how I was with this. I wanted to jump in and try it out, but I was a little, oops, I think I'm probably out of camera here, trying to get these edges a little bit, so that we at least have something on our edges. I can always go back in and add more later. Put that up there. Kind of don't want to mess up my... I'll put a little bit more of that purple around. And I'll get the top section. The other thing I did is, well, I'm going to take, maybe not. The other thing I did was I took a clear bulb, and I'm thinking I'm kind of silly doing this, but what I did was I took a clear bulb ornament and I filled it with paint. But I'm thinking about all the white ornaments and silver ornaments I probably have that I've had for years downstairs that I could just, whoops, clean off and make into something that would be really cool with this. So I think I'm going to take off this pad and we'll try a whole different color combo. I'm going to show you what I did. I took a 3-inch ball and I just filled it, whoops, I thought it would be dry by now. I filled it with just regular cheap Joann Fabrics Craft Essentials acrylic paint. And then I dumped it back out and let it sit. I thought it would be clean or dried by now, the inside of it, and what I wanted, my goal was to then alcohol ink the outside of this ball. I think I still might do that. And then what I did was I got, I don't know if you can see this, but this is just a thicker piece of styrofoam, and I stuck my my devil stick, my X-Acto knife into it, and I'm going to use that to hold the ball once I start to color it. And hopefully it's dry enough that I won't have any problems with that, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of paper or something around it to protect it from the X-Acto knife. So what I did was I wrapped a little bit of painter's tape around the top of my devil stick, as I like to call it, because I want to make sure that my ball doesn't go all the way to the top if I can avoid it. And then I'm going to clean it off with a little bit of rubbing alcohol so that we can make sure. I can see already that I have some paints and some things. Ooh, what's going on in my other one? I have some paints and some things that I did not want on there. So I'm going to wipe those off real quickly. I don't think that we'll be able to see through it if I do have any mishaps with the X-Acto knife. I don't think we'll have any problems with the X-Acto knife slipping, because once we really start dabbing on the alcohol ink, I think we will not be able to see through here. But I've seen this done on YouTube by a variety of people, because everybody likes to play with alcohol inks. And when you had a clear ball, the clear ball really didn't, the alcohol inks didn't show up as well. Okay, so I've rethought how I'm going to use my X-Acto knife. I just took the top part off, and I'm just going to put that part, my ball on that part, and hopefully it'll stay stable enough that we'll be able to get a good enough surface with me holding it as well to be able to put our colors down. On this one, I really thought I was going to do a green and a yellow, and I really like this citrus color, and of course the green and the yellow will also make some blues, so that'll be cool too. Whoops. I'm going to go off camera. I'm so sorry. There's certain things that I just can't do with in the camera because I can't get my hand up there in the right way. Sorry. So this time on this ball we're going to be using citrus and stream. And if I need to add in, I think I will add some pool. I think I'll add that anyway. Jump into the pool. Oh no, I think I'm going to use sailboat blue. That's even better. So let's give it a shot. And when I watched the tutorials on this, I'm going to put some yellow in there too. When I watched the tutorial on how to make these, what they said was go over the ball several times. You know, don't just go over it once. Go over it until you really like your pattern. And I found that was the case with the other things I did as well. that I didn't love it at first, but I really liked it after I played with it. And the only one that I've really liked so far, first time, was the ornament we just did. So that's kind of cool. I think we're going to need a little more blues in here, but that's okay, because I think what we'll do the first round is we'll just do the greens and the yellows. And you can see how easily that adheres to the surface and how really cool it looks. We're going to put a little bit more on here because we're not getting as much contact as I'd like. Whoops. I'm really good at getting it all over the place. That's my new plan. Just make as big a mess as possible. And then a little more yellow. And we'll go with that. Whoops. It's weird, every time you do it too, it changes the look. It, you know, the colors really change up every time you play with it. I'm going to take it off there and pounce it holding it. I hope you can still see it. We have a ton of greens in it right now, and as I said, I'm okay with that now, because I think what I'll do is I'll go over it again. Like I said, they said the more times you go over it, the happier you're going to be. And I do believe that's true, because, like I said, on that Christmas tree that I did, I wasn't liking that one at all at first. And it's much darker than the other one, but it's still really interesting to look at. I think it looks a lot like stained glass in a church, and I think that's really cool and typical for the holiday. Whoa! We've got alcohol inks overboard. Obviously my system was perfection, as you can imagine. When have I done anything on video that hasn't been a little bit klutzy? I've always been a klutz. I can't blame that on my arthritis. When I was a kid, I was always most uncoordinated too. So there's nothing new there. Nothing to look at here. Just some klutzy lady. I really think this is coming out neat, even though I'm playing with the parts that I have to repounce on. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is see if I can figure out a way to flip that upside down without smearing it everywhere. We'll put it on our little peg. Whoa! And then I'll pounce on it very, very kind of gently. And hopefully you can see it good in the light, and if you can't, that's okay, because we're going to go over it again. So we're going to let that one dry. So I'm going to turn off the video, and then we will come back and we'll play again. Hold on, we'll be back.